We have another Volvo excavator with a set of different problems. The fan belt broke and I have no temperature gauge. Let's see what we'll find. That will be interesting. And yeah, let's get started.
Bring it back now.
Another beautiful sunny day. We're at the pit. Let's go and confirm the issue. What we have to work with today. Volvo excavator. Volvo excavator with it. Yep, you're right. Same D4D diesel. And yes, belt is gone. Fan belt broke. Yep, no belt. No belt. And I see the coolant was leaking, and that's what's left. And oh, we have coolant in the expansion reservoir, but seems like it was pushed. And yep, some probably issue with overheating the engine, possible. And no belt, as you can see. And with the belt itself, seems like they might pull it out. Yeah, I see some remnants on the bottom. Weather is so good. Cannot say it could be any better. And we have Volvo. We know belt was relatively new. It wasn't issue with the old worn belt, and there's a few reasons why belt can break. And serpentine belt problems usually the result of one of the few causes. First one is defective belt tensioner, which is on this machine is down there. We'll get to that. On the bottom is probably hard to see from here. And another thing could be a misalignment of one of the pulleys, which is not very common. Sometimes it can be the cause. On this one, there's no actually way to align the pulleys. They all were fine, but we'll check that as well. Defective bearings. You know, all pulleys, they run on the bearings like everything else. And with a defective tensioner bearing, idler, you see the idler here, smooth one, idler, or one of the accessories driven belt, including the water pump, this guy, a water pump, alternator, to what I said is our idler, fan itself. That can be a cause of that too. And excessive cracking. Well, belt was new and didn't have any missing section or cracks along the belt, not across. And yeah, there wasn't severe old aged belt. I don't know yet, but it could be the defective belt tensioner, or also machine works in a dusty conditions, lots of dirt, and see this all over the radiator, all the dirt and dust and small rocks all over. Could be something got on the belt and yeah, help belt to fail. Anyway, we'll figure it out. To get a better access, we're going to disconnect the coolant level sensor, this guy, just simple as that. Here we go. There's a couple 13mm bolts, 1 and 2, to remove the guard. Just before we'll go and remove the tensioner, let's check the pulleys and their condition bearings. The alternator got a little dirt. Machine has been sitting for probably a week or so, and yeah, all solid. There's no play, and it's quiet. Yeah, this one's good. It's a little guy. Yeah, this one's good too. No play. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a problem. We don't need to worry about the crankshaft pulley, that's fine. And yeah, you can go there and see. Just do some cleanup before we'll put a new belt, but we need to get to the cause. Okay. Okay, for remove the belt tensioner, you need a 10mm Allen key, like this, ratchet, and the extension. There's only one screw holding that tensioner. Okay, you need to get there to the screw. It's over here. Yeah. Put your wrench. Okay. Oh, I also put a picture of that. You can see it. Yeah, it's pretty clear. Okay, just yeah, like so. And then to use the extension, probably it will be too tight, and break it loose, and that will come out. Yeah, nice and easy, no hassle. Just do it right at the first place, and then won't break anything, and then won't create a nightmare from nothing. Simple thing can so fast turn into the nightmare. See, I got it loose, and I'm just gonna take it out with my fingers. Be careful not to drop anything, because it will be hard to find it out. Okay, here we go. There's a tensioner removed, and let's pull it out. Well, as I said, bearing is still good on this. See, no play, just nice and quiet, it's smooth, but my concern is the tensioner itself. See, a lot of rust outside. Yeah, like a bolt. Let's put it there. Yeah, they should maintain a proper tension. There's a spring over time can go loose, even can break. Won't be able to maintain a tension properly. That can be the source. Lots of hours. Most of the pieces of broken belt. I was ready to say old belt, but it wasn't old. Broken belt was removed by the operator. Still some over there on the bottom, way down below there, and way for there. We'll pull all of them, make sure nothing can get on a new belt, any pulleys. As you can see, some way down there. Yeah. We have a old tensioner removed from the excavator, put it in a vise, and now I'm going to check the spring load. For that we're using a regular torque wrench, 7/16 Allen, and we're putting it into this slot. This slot is not perfect square. Looks like, yeah, ½ inch might fit, but it didn't, and 3/8 is too small. I set my torque wrench to 40 foot-pounds of torque and see how it will do it. Okay, see, all the way. Feels pretty loose to me. I remove the lock pin from the tensioner and let's see how this one will do. This one's way better, putting more tension. Remember that one? The old one only clicked at the end. And this one, yeah, this one's tight. Spring is good. That's how you check them. Keep a locker pin in. That will make everything easy. As you can see, on the back of the tensioner is 2 pins, and the tensioner will sit like this, and one bolt with an Allen head 10 mil. Yeah, it's nice and easy. Just before we'll go and install the tensioner, we need to go and do just a little cleanup, make sure our mating surfaces are clean, all those holes are clean. They should be clean, but maybe some debris. We wanted that part sit flush and tight, just the way it should. And remember, tensioner I'll use way down there. See the holes? So for the pins, there's one on the top, one on the bottom, and the pin for the bolt. We'll go and clean that rust and we'll start the installation. Apply a little bit thread locker glue to protect the threads and prevent bolt from getting loose. It's good enough. All good to go. Let's go install it. It's easy if you started the bolt, align the main hole with a hole in, like align the bolt with a hole in a mounting bracket, and as you can see, still loose, and I just run a few threads and then align those 2 pins with the holes, and then you finish the bolt. Because it's pretty tight, it's enough room, but you don't want to drop the bolt down or the tensioner. A bit hard to get there, as you can see. I tied it by hand. Now I'm going with a 10 mil Allen and finish it with a wrench. No, with a ratchet and a Allen key socket, and then torque it with a torque wrench. It doesn't need to be crazy tight, something like up to 35-40 foot-pounds of torque, same as on Chevys or Volvo trucks. Yeah, that'll stay. Okay, now I'm going to torque, and should be good. Not should be, it will be good. Okay, let's check it out, see how tight. And I have my pins still in, but there's a air conditioner compressor. There's a pulley and the belt down to the crankshaft, to V-belt. We need to take this one off, and then we can pass the belt and get behind on a crankshaft pulley. A serpentine belt, and there's a bolts to undo. There's an adjustment bolt, there's a nut on the back, and there's a couple bolts on the bottom. Well. Sweet. We have all AC compressor bolts loose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hope it will help. Now we can remove the belt from the compressor. Nice. Oh, good. Yeah, don't drop the belt. Just can pull it out. Now we need to go and clean the pulleys. A little brake clean, compressor, make sure all clean, and we'll start installing a new belt. Volvo OEM belt, and first go around the fan, then start with a crankshaft, aka harmonic balancer pulley, and then I'll go around. As soon as I will get belt in, I will show you how I did it. I got my belt behind the radiator fan, as you can see, just to start at the top and get behind the impellers, and just past the blades, and then you make the bend like this and slide it over the water pump and get this end up to the alternator. Just to get this part around the water pump pulley, like so. Yeah, bottom is still loose, and get this part over the alternator. Let's just take a slack, take a belt from the belt tensioner and put it like so. See, this one's good. Now we have a belt over the fan pulley, and see, it's all easy now because we don't have the tension on the tensioner, and we just need to go and pull this pin out, and just before we'll do it, make sure belt is all aligned with the grooves and it's fit properly. Okay, I'm just going and pull this pin. Oh, here we go. Pin is out, and we have a tension set up, and belt is in place. Let's check. Yeah, tensioner is good. Belt is in the grooves. Checked everything before I fired it up, and I'll just put a AC compressor belt, adjust the tension on it, and it should be good to go. All back in place. AC compressor belt all tight. Guard is back. Watch it there. Just fill it coolant. Top it up with coolant. Set the glass, you see, and if necessary we'll bleed the air, and and add more if you need. Let's go fire it up. Let's go check it out.